everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Q&A files. And we are here once again to answer some more questions from Ask FM. And this edition is dedicated to one of my good buddies, the one and only Geeker Beyond himself, Chris. And he has sent me two questions for this edition, which I am going to answer right now. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into it. Let's answer some questions. So let's start off with Geeker Beyond's two questions that he has sent me to answer for him. If you was a Power Ranger, what team would you be on and what color would you be? If I was a Power Ranger, I would be on the original, of course, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Can't beat it. And the color I would be is probably silver metallic. You know, I think that's a very cool look, and I think that would have worked very well in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I know they did something like that in later versions of the show, but I would definitely go with silver metallic. I think it would look really cool, and you know, I like that color. I just think it looked awesome, in my opinion. Next question, also from Geeker Beyond. If and when Tommy Oliver dies, how would you have him die? Well, considering the fact that we recently lost Jason David Frank, you know, such a sad loss, such a great guy, and for me, the man who helped put the Power Rangers franchise on the map. If I was to have Tommy Oliver die, I don't know if they're going to do this in the Boom Studios comics, but if they are, I would go with something like this. I would have Tommy sacrifice himself by taking out Lord Dracon. So I would have Lord Dracon attempting to once again corrupt the morphing grid. So I would have Tommy Oliver and Lord Dracon go at it in the morphing grid, and Tommy essentially takes himself out to take out Lord Dracon. So I think it's only fitting that, you know, Tommy, who started out as the ultimate evil, would go on to become the ultimate hero. So how fitting would it be for the ultimate hero to make the ultimate sacrifice by taking himself out, pun intended, to essentially save the entire morphing grid? You know, so that's what I would have. I would have Tommy take out Lord Dracon and in the process die. So he takes himself out, who is the ultimate evil from a parallel universe, but he also loses his life. That's the price that he pays for taking out the biggest villain ever. So that's how I would do it. So I would have Tommy Oliver sacrifice himself by taking out Lord Dracon to save the morphing grid. So let's move on to questions from Ask FM. Thank you, Geeker Beyond Chris, for those awesome questions, and look forward to answering more from you in the near future. So let's have a look. First question from Ask FM. At what age do people grow grey hair? I'm 28 years old and I don't have any yet. Um, Everyone's different, really. You know, some people do grey much earlier than others. Some people don't grey till much later in their life. So it really depends, really, on, you know, your genes. Really, if someone in your family goes grey at a young age, then the chances are there's a very slim chance that you could go grey yourself. So it's very hard to tell, but it really depends on your genes and your side of the family. Okay, next question. Coca-Cola or Pepsi? Pepsi. I used to like Coke, don't get me wrong, but I don't know really. It still tastes nice, but it seems like they changed the flavour. Pepsi still tastes like Pepsi, so I'm going with Pepsi 100%. Let's see, next question. This is from Amy Rose. What do you do on a long flight? Um, well, on my last flight, which was back in 2017, I watched like a bunch of movies on the plane, so that's always good. And the last flight before that, previously, was in 2016. I basically just downloaded the entire first season of Supergirl and just watched it on the plane. So that's what I did, and it was good. Um, Still had a long flight, still had quite a few hours to go, but that's what I tend to do. I watch some movies, that I bring with me, like I downloaded, or I listen to some music, depending on the kind of music you like listening to. So those are probably the best things to do. Maybe watch a movie or listen to some music. That's what I tend to do on the long flights. How old are you? I'm actually 36. People still find that hard to get to grips with, but I am actually 36. Have you been to Turkey? I have actually. I went to Turkey back in 2010 for a friend's 21st birthday. It was four of us. We went to Marmaris. We went there for about, I think we went there for about 7 or 8 days. Good laugh, top weather. Really enjoyed it. And, unbelievable time. That was my first holiday since 1988. Long time. But yeah, Turkey was really good. That was a very good time. I really enjoyed that a lot. And that was the first time I ever went on holiday with friends. So even better. Okay, next question. Do you like Eminem music? I'm not really big on Eminem. I have often said that I'm not a fan of rap music, but Eminem is the only guy out of that rap genre that I have a lot of respect for because he worked his way up and he retired on the top of his game. So I would probably say I like Eminem, although I'm not really into the rap stuff. But yeah, he's probably the only guy I don't mind, to be honest. Do you lose weight faster in the summer? Does it have to be in the summer? I mean, it depends really. It depends how your body metabolism works. Obviously, in the summer, you are probably more prone to losing more weight because it's very hot. You're not going to eat as much. You're going to tend to drink more water to keep cool, and you are going to sweat a lot more as opposed to the winter time. So, yeah, I probably would say you would lose more weight during the summer as opposed to winter. Definitely. Absolutely. Okay. Plans for tonight? Um, Plans for tonight. I'm going to finish watching the last two episodes of Batwoman Season 3 on DVD. I am also going to attempt to finish the last part of my Spider Man Season 3 review of the 90s cartoon. So I'm hoping to get that done tonight. If not, hopefully this week, but I'm going to make it my priority to get it done tonight. That's about it, really. That's my exciting plans for tonight. Okay, next question. Another question here from Amy Rose. Which games remind you of your childhood? Where do you like me to start? Um, Games that remind me of my childhood is, of course, Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong, um, The Simpsons. Games like that. Tomb Raider is another one. Final Fantasy, which is still ongoing, by the way. And games like that. They always remind me of childhood. Uh, a couple of the Batman games as well. They always remind me of childhood. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, definitely up there for sure. Games like that, they always remind me of my childhood. Okay, next question. Let's see. It's a funny question. I'm going to answer it. Do you like Harry Styles? No, I don't like Harry Styles. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Okay. Okay, next question. Flight versus invisibility. This is from Alec Al Ark Bear. I hope I got that right. Flight. I would love to have the ability to fly and just go around the world and see different places. I think that would be a very cool power to have. Invisibility. you can have fun with that, but I definitely would have much more fun with flights. I think that would be a really cool power to have. Okay. Do you like indie music? No, not really. Indie music's never really been my thing, to be honest. Okay, let's see. Next questions. This is from Georgina. Where are you from? I'm actually from London, born and bred here. East London, to be precise. Oh my gosh. Some funny questions coming out here, people. I like it. Do you watch Love Island? No, I don't. I don't watch TV, to be honest, but I don't watch Love Island. Maya Jama looks incredible, but then she never has a bad day. But no, I don't watch Love Island. I don't like Love Island. What's your ideal cold drink on a hot day? A nice cold Pepsi or a cold beer? Preferably Budweiser. Can't beat it. Love it. Okay, next question. Okay, let's see. Another question from Amy Rose. What improves your mental health? Um, it depends on you, really. I mean, this is kind of a tricky question to answer. I'll try and answer this as best as I can. I feel to help improve your mental health, keep busy, keep active, obviously being around, close friends and family to keep you positive. That's always a good thing. Maybe watching a movie, listening to a favorite song or album by a favorite artist. Little things like that are very good for your mental health, I think. And just try and keep a positive mindset as best as you can. I know it's easier said than done, but I would definitely say that's the best way to improve your mental health, in my opinion. That's just for me. I mean, everyone's different, everyone's got their way of doing things, but yeah, I would definitely say that. And this is also another question from Amy Rose. How did you meet your best friend? Um, I met my best friend in primary school. Um, he We met through a mutual friend of ours who was also a friend of mine. They were both in the same class, and that was that. Really, we just kind of started hanging out from there. We was already into a lot of the same things. Like games, cartoons, and wrestling, that sort of thing. So yeah, I met my best friend through a mutual friend of both of ours actually. Okay, next question. Okay, okay. Are you naughty or nice? That depends. That depends on your definition of naughty. I like to think I'm nice. I've not heard anyone tell me otherwise, but I like to say I'm nice. Okay, let's see. Next question. Let's see. When explaining a situation to someone, do you say the full story or the short story to it? Depends on what kind of approach you want to take, really. If the person wants to know the whole situation, then give them the full story. But if they just want to get to the meat and potatoes, so to speak, give them the short story. But depends on how you want to really play things, I say. Okay. TV or music? Music. I can't stand TV. I don't think I've actually sat in front and watched a TV program on TV. I mean, I do watch DVDs, but that's a little bit on different side. But as far as like watching an actual TV program, I don't think I've watched TV in 15 years or so. So I would definitely say music for sure. Last holiday you went on? Last holiday I went to was the Philippines back in 2017. So almost 6 years now. 6 years this month was the last time I went to the Philippines. That was the last time I went on holiday. I'm well overdue. I am really, really well overdue for another one. If you got some money, throw it at me. I need a holiday in the worst way. Okay, we're going to take a couple more questions before we wrap this up. This is from Alexandra Gowor. What would you do if it was a zombie apocalypse? Run and hide in my house. What can I say, really? I don't really know what I would do if we had a zombie apocalypse, to be honest. Um, it'll be fun. I know that. It'll be interesting. But I probably would stay in my house and just bolt up the doors and windows. That's what I will do. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, here's a good one here. This is from Blonde Bunny 420. Movie based opinions only. Rank these three franchises: Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter. You've pretty much done that for me, but I'll answer it anyway. Number one is Star Wars. I love Star Wars, although the last few films were kind of a hit and miss for me. Although I did enjoy Force Awakens, I thought that was probably the best one of the last trilogy. But yeah, I would definitely say Star Wars number one, Lord of the Rings number two, and number three, Harry Potter. You just pretty much done it for me, but I'm happy to answer it. It's not a problem. It's all good. Okay, and we'll take two more questions before we wrap this up. Is it normal to have less friends as you get older? Well, I would say it depends on the kind of friends you have. I mean, I suppose it is normal to have less friends as you get older because people tend to either pass away, maybe move, get married, and have children. I suppose it is normal, but I think it more boils down to the kind of friends you have. I think when you're younger, you have more friends, like 12 or 15. And as you get older, you tend to have at least two or three close friends. So, yeah, I definitely would say you have less friends when you get older. Okay. Okay. One more question here. Do you prefer looks or personality? Well, obviously, looks are important, but for me, I would take personality any day because I talk about this with a lot of people. You could have someone who's 10 out of 10 in the looks department, but their personality is rotten. Sometimes things can go a different way. You could be lucky to have both sides. They could have unbelievable looks and a great personality to match, but it's very rarely you get that sort of combination in the same place. But I would definitely take personality over looks because for me, personality is very, very important. And that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. If you have any more questions you would like to ask me, click the link down below and go to Ask FM, and I will happily answer them on the next edition of the Q&A files. So until next time, take care everybody and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.